I've been labeled a photographer, videographer, cinematographer before, and while those labels are awesome, what doesn't read on an application or an Instagram page is the fact that I also consider myself an introvert. I can talk to people. I do it frequently, all the time, but I'd prefer not to. I'd prefer not to. But I also want to get into street photography. I want to get better. And I don't know what was in the air today, but I think I'm starting to. So the plan was for myself and the homie Brendan to go into Boston to take some photos. After teaching him about prime lenses and cinestyle, we did. Though I was more focused on taking photos of not animals, not architecture as I have in the past, but people. I'm done with Brendan.
The thing is, like, I didn't know anything about using a camera. Like, I'd used the camera before. I just shook the whole thing.
Until we saw what looked like an experienced street photographer, of which we knew we had to talk to him. So after working up the courage, Brendan and I went up to him and sparked a conversation. Well, Brendan went up to him. I followed, but a conversation it was.
I'm a street photographer.
Okay.
And I try to catch people in motion.
Right.
But you gotta try to do it. And it's hard to get a good one. But you gotta be a little bold about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, whatever you want, but you do it. It's a lot of fun. You know, I consider it's like target shooting, to shooting birds or anything like that. You get them in the sights and do it. You know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
you know, when you come in and, you know, whatever it is. You know, it could be sunglasses, good-looking women. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I mean? And don't let anybody scare you off because you're not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, everybody's out here, and people here are dressed to show off.
Yeah.
They are. That's the
Exactly.
game. You know what I mean?
How long have you been doing this for?
Oh, years and years. You know, and it's getting harder now at my age, and it's nowhere near as good as it used to be.
What do you mean by
Why is
that?
It used to be a lot better down here. You know, there's been a big fall off on foot traffic and everything. You know, really. Years ago, if you come down here on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon, you couldn't walk down Newberry Street. Everybody was sitting on the brownstones, eating an ice cream cone or whatever they were doing, right? And the people dressed a lot better.
Yeah.
Now everybody's just dressed for comfort.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good, you know what I mean? Especially if you're heavy.
Yeah.
And here's a girl trying to make a statement.
You gotta go for it. I respect it. 100%.
I mean, your biggest enemy in this type of stuff is the background. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The white cars, the black cars, somebody in there, you grab somebody, you got the phone pole right behind her head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those, and you can't avoid it. You can be super careful, but then you're not going to get any shot.
Did you work doing photography?
Yeah, I did for a while, but I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand it. Weddings and a couple of stuff like that.
Okay.
Rearranging furniture. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
You know, I like the freedom of the streets, being out here.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I got a couple of good books, you know.
If we wanted to look at some of them, how would we look at those?
You can't look at them.
Okay.
I don't put them on because I don't know what it is. But someday if you're down here, sometimes I got them down.
Okay.
I got them around and I show them to people. And that eases the situation.
Yeah.
But it's hardcore, some of them, you know.
That's you.
And I'll tell you something, and I don't look at my email. I don't even have a phone. My wife's got I don't even use a phone, so it's not a big thing for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
You show me prints or something, that's where
I've been trying to get into prints. The only thing is they're so expensive if you don't know where to go, you know?
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
We're going to email you, all right?
For sure. Thank you, John.
It was a pleasure. If not, we'll come back here and find you. Thank you. Have a good one.
We knew we'd stumble across a seasoned vet with years of experience and advice to show for it. Two things really stuck out to me. The first being how he said we should always be ready. I mean, mid-conversation, he interrupted himself to take a photo of a stranger. Second was don't check every single photo after you take it, which I definitely have a problem with. Anyways, Brendan and I had to go home, so we hopped back on the T and went home. But I wasn't satisfied. Upon our enlightening conversation with John, I felt I had to put this knowledge into practice. So, once I got home, I drove right back to Boston. One thing they don't tell you about this city is how expensive it costs to park. I mean, it's $3.75 for 1 hour. $3.75. I miraculously had 15 quarters on me, meaning I had more or less 1 hour, 60 minutes to make something happen. So with no time to waste, I got to work. First, I kept both of my cameras on, making sure to be ready for anything that I could see. Second, I maintained focus and didn't check each individual photo after I took it. And I could confidently say that after 40 minutes of giving it my everything, I had nothing. You ever play basketball and have a day or game or session when you just can't hit anything? That's how it felt. And at that point, it wasn't even a question of confidence, instead results. So in the Boston Common, I sat. When something weird happened. I noticed two people sitting under a tree wearing elfin-esque costume, complete with satchels, sandals, and makeup to match. I don't know what came over me, but the next thing I knew, I was right in front of them saying, "Hey, I'm a photographer." What? But I did. I genuinely asked them to take their photo, and they said yes. And after that, I was just shooting. I was hitting shot after shot. I felt like John. Anyways, the moment you've all been waiting for, here are the photos from today. Like I said, all was going well and great and good until I realized I had 10 minutes to get to my car at the end of Newbury Street from the public garden.
Gotta make it all the way down there. I might have to run.
Long story short, it's not easy to talk to strangers. It's not easy to put yourself in uncomfortable positions with people you don't know. At least it's not easy for me. But it's not impossible. The feeling I felt after doing what literally took me 3 episodes to do was well worth it. And trust me, it beats that feeling of not taking the photo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you can't avoid it. You can be super careful,
Yeah.
but then you're not going to get any shots.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But you never know when you're going to get a real good one.
Yeah.
You never know.
The support recently has been off the charts. Literally, I've never seen numbers like these before, so thank each and every single one of you who's been subscribing, who has subscribed, or is maybe going to subscribe. Thank you all. It's been Justin Styvly. Have a lovely day. Oh, that was great.
Rings, diamond, gold, silver, bling, never bling. In a second, never think on the brink of something special, something big until